In the beginning of the song, she said, "There's a million ways to get paid. You can hustle or work a 9 to 5 and get overworked like a slave." Right. And then she goes on to talk more about, more ways to get paid. But that line right there stays in my head.
Yeah.
Because it's true. There are a million ways to get paid. Mm-hmm. So even if, a situation like this were to happen where somebody loses their job, they could always bounce back some way.
Oh, yeah.
Impact. 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 In fact, my hustle is intact. In fact, my hustle is intact. In fact, my hustle is intact. My muscle tough as the hustle, the numbers is just that. And I'ma keep winning and sit back. I love the feeling of killing them with that. Attacking the process, tackling topics, master synopsis. This the residual impact, yeah.
What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? This is your man, Brandon Gio.
And your man, JaMichael Moore. And we are the Residual Impact Podcast.
Here we inspire others to find the greatness within themselves.
And then apply to their community.
Let's grow.
Like always, man.
Brother.
Yes, sir.
Welcome to another episode.
To another one.
Good to be here.
We're back.
For real. Shout out to all you beautiful people out there that consistently tune into us each and every single week.
Yep.
Shout out to all of y'all who are watching the clips online on the social medias.
Consistently.
Shout out to all the new followers.
Yeah, man.
We keep forgetting to bring that up, man. I think we're at like 107 on TikTok right now.
Look at that.
Almost at 430 on Instagram.
Come on, brother.
103 subscribers on YouTube.
103.
So, numbers is just going up. We going up. So, hey, kudos to y'all. Shout out to y'all.
Big facts.
Really appreciate you.
Yes, sir.
With that being said, we're going to get into some housekeeping rules for the day. If you guys are new to the YouTube channel, make sure you hit that subscribe button down below. And don't forget to click that notification bell so you never miss when we upload a new video. Also, don't forget to hit that thumbs up to let us know that you've enjoyed the video. And I'm not going to say what Mike says every week. That's why I decided to take this over. And he knows exactly what I'm talking about. But go ahead and hit that thumbs up. We greatly appreciate that. And don't forget to leave a comment down below because we greatly appreciate all the feedback that you can give us. And, let us know how you enjoyed the video. Maybe you didn't enjoy something about the YouTube video. Let us know what we can improve on. But go ahead and drop that comment so we can have a conversation about everything that we're going to touch on in this episode.
No
Mike, you got
doubt.
anything else to add?
No, I think you pretty much hit it all on the head with that one. So
Perfect.
You already know we appreciate y'all each and every week.
Yes, sir. Also, shout out to each and every single one of y'all who listen to us on the many podcast platforms that we are on. It's too many to name, so I'm not even going to do that today. But thank you guys for tuning in. Make sure you leave us a rating on your favorite app. We greatly appreciate that. All feedback is appreciated. Mm-hmm. And that's it with that, man. Thank you so much. We can't thank y'all enough, for real.
Basically. That was it. Nah, I appreciate y'all for real, though.
Yes, sir. So, Mike, man,
yes, sir.
How was your week?
Whoa. Well, we kind of got to go backwards a little bit. We haven't been a little while since we recorded, like a week or so, I think so. But a lot happened within the last couple of weeks.
You're right. So before we even get into that, I wanted to say the reason why we didn't touch on a new episode last week, we were in the midst of recording. Something came up to where some violence was involved. I wasn't here. I was almost here. But Mike, did you want to go into that a little bit further? Just, you don't got to tell the whole story if you don't want to, but.
Yeah, it was just basically a situation where apparently 5 guys decided to run inside of a restaurant and
next door.
Yeah, next door. And they to my understanding they were after somebody else. So this is the story that I got. Basically, some girl, she almost put a hit out on a guy.
Really?
Yeah, that's what it is. But maybe not to the extent of what we know to be a hit to be. But yeah, basically she told these guys to come and beat this one guy up. And these guys, 5 guys, ran into a restaurant. 2 of them had guns. And they went in there and they literally just started beating up on this guy, pointing a gun at him, hitting him with a gun. And during that time, 3 of the employees that were working there, they ran over to my store, and I just so happened to have the back door open that night. Normally I don't do that, and this was late. We were about to record, so normally that's why I was like, this is kind of like no coincidence. But we just happened to have the back door open. They ran in the back door. It was like they told us somebody had got shot, so we just immediately went into like survival mode, like
right.
cut off all lights and everything. But luckily nobody got shot. But yeah, man, it was a crazy situation, like out of nowhere. I had to call the police, and yeah, bro, it was very like an unforeseen thing that happened that day.
Tell me about it, because we were down the street.
Yeah.
And you told us don't come.
Yeah, bro.
And I didn't know why you were saying that. I didn't even hear about the first part of the story till today.
Oh yeah.
To what you just said.
Oh yeah.
A woman potentially set up a dude, put a hit on a dude.
Yeah, basically.
Allegedly.
Yeah.
I wasn't here, so I don't know.
Because I had went over there and talked to the manager after it all went down, because they still open. They were still open after everything had went down. So I don't know.
Really?
I guess it happened at a time period where there was nobody in the store.
Right.
So
Thank God.
Yeah, because I don't see how that can happen and then you can still have your store going on. But yeah, she's like, she had to run them off. She was like, she don't even know what she was doing, but she was like, she just went into instincts and ran them off. And then the police came and everything. And yeah, bro, that was very interesting. It made me think. But it was weird because through it all, bro, I had like a peace. I don't know, man. My faith is strong, bro. So I was like, God got us. But
when you said a peace, I'm sorry. I thought you meant you had.
Nah. I don't need the blicky, bro. I don't need the blicky up. Look, I don't need it, bro.
I'm just saying. You said a peace. That was the first thing that went to my mind. Maybe I'm thinking incorrectly here.
I ain't have to have the yappa on me, bro. Bruh. Like, I don't even like guns. I'm gonna be honest with you. So I mean, but it's crazy. Like through it all, I was at peace, and I was grateful that, like I said, that door was open that day. I won't leave the door open no more. But
for real.
But just that day, man, to have them feel like to come here as a place of safety, because man, they were really shooken up, bro. Like they shook our hands and gave us hugs after, because it was like, yo, we could have died, because they didn't know what was going on. I mean, imagine 5 dudes. I'm guessing they were black. 5 black, they were black actually. I'm guessing I know they were black. 5 black people coming in there and start beating up on somebody and you can't do anything because they got 2 guns and they caught you by surprise. So, but yeah, that was the first time I had to call the police. I actually had to call the police again the week after at my other job.
What?
This one is not as serious. Black Panther just came out.
Yeah.
But apparently, the theater was a little hot, and this lady came out of the theater and she fainted. And I'm gonna tell you the way God works in amazing ways, because as they called me on the radio, because I'm doing other stuff. They was like, yo, somebody faint, you gotta come out here. I'm like, okay, cool. So I'm going out there to help this person. Right as I'm walking out, this guy comes out of nowhere, and it was like a moment God gave me. This guy said, hey, you about to go help somebody? He was like, hey, make sure you call the police and make sure, ask her if she need medical attention, because if not, it's going to fall on you. And, I just want to make sure that you're straight. It was like literally like a 10-second moment of him like educating me and what I needed to do in that very moment. And it was just like, I don't know, that was weird. But yeah, so I had to call the police and help this lady out to get medical attention, because she fainted and had a whole ordeal. And yeah, bro, it was just, this last couple weeks have been very interesting. I've had to talk to police 2 times.
Wow.
So yeah, man. But I'm great though. I'm good. I'm blessed. I'm still here, man. I'm grateful that I can be of help somehow. God, He uses me in very interesting ways. So I'm grateful that I can be in a place that I'm helping, and I know 911, and I don't mind calling.
So you friends with 12 now, huh?
Hey, look, I don't care. I call 12. I don't give a dang. I wasn't raised in the streets. I don't live by no street code. Yes, I call 911 with the quickness, brother. Which I give you my name, my address, what you want, brother. I don't care, brother. Yes, I'm friends with 12. I don't care, bro. Yes, sir.
Oh man,
yes.
Hey, so y'all know not who to be around if you're doing something you shouldn't be doing.
Look, I ain't gonna be around you anyway. So if you're doing it, hey, I ain't gonna know. But yeah, man, that was my couple weeks in a nutshell, man. But how about you?
Well, my couple weeks hasn't been that crazy. I don't know. I mean, I've been working. Same old, putting work in the podcast, but also working at the 9 to 5. going on a couple dates, whatever.
Yes, sir.
We talked about that before the cameras cut on. And let's just say, you know, I've been thinking a lot about a lot lately. And I know that's very vague, but I told you a good amount about what's been going on in my head lately. And yeah, man, I just want to say shout out to my man Sean Mike Anderson, yo, for real. Like, he was on the show, episode 30, and you know, he definitely had a lot to say regarding what I've been thinking about lately. So shout out to you, Sean. I greatly appreciate your words of wisdom, man.
Yes, sir.
No matter what, your words of wisdom always pop into my head in those situations. And, you know, I could always go to you for that type of conversation and, you know, just being a good friend. So I appreciate that, man.
Shout out to Sean.
For real, for real. So, yeah, man, that's just been my week or week and a half, 2 weeks since, you know, the last time we was about to record.
Yeah.
And then after that, we were going to record again. And I had to run down south. You feel me? I had something to handle. I had some.
Oh, yeah. Told you you got to let that life go, bro. Oh, yeah. I forgot about that.
Yeah, man. I had to be in the trap. You feel me? I had to run down to Clayco for something. You understand?
Ladies and gentlemen, I do not condone any of his actions. Hey, I mean, I try to get him out that life, but he keep going back. So, hey, I can't.
Bruh.
Hey, man.
Let me stop before people think that I'm about some sort of illegal activities. I am not involved in anything illegal.
Oh, man.
The type of life that he is referring to is the life of peace and nonviolence and, whatever else y'all need to believe. So
nah, be a good guy, man.
But yeah, that's just pretty much been my week in a nutshell. Been full of nothing but work and
okay.
you know, just grinding it out for the last couple of months of the year. And yeah, it's crazy to think about, right?
Man, last couple months of the year.
I remember around this time last year we were talking about Thanksgiving, which of course is next week. And then I remember, well, as of this recording, Thanksgiving is next week.
Yeah.
Then I remember not too long ago after that, we were talking about Meg Thee Stallion and Tory Lanez case about to start or the trial about to start in January.
Yeah.
Which kept getting pushed back and back and back.
Dang.
So
time really does fly, man. Dang.
We were recording in a different, you know, place. And we didn't have all of this. So, I mean, yeah, like this time last year, we were in a different space. And that just makes me think about where we can be this time next year.
Right. Growth.
Yeah.
Definitely. It's funny because I remember at the beginning of the year, it was hard for me. I just remember mentally going through a lot. And to think about where I am today, it's like, man, you really can get through things if you just keep pushing. Makes me think of an analogy I heard. Basically, there was like they said, I think I posted it the other day. It was like buffaloes hate water. So basically, they had to figure out a way that the quickest way for them to get out of a storm is to actually face the storm, to go head on with it. They realized that that's the quickest way versus going away from it. They run to it. And that just makes me think about life, bro. We just got to go through the storm. We got to go towards it in order to like get through it. Cause I mean, to be here, bro. I mean, think about. I remember beginning of the year, bro. I was like, it was hard, bro. I didn't know we was gonna have all this, be still going, and you can't really think 2 weeks ahead sometimes. So, yeah, bro. It's amazing.
I can't
man.
even think about tomorrow. I barely remember yesterday type stuff. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, you're absolutely right.
Yeah, man, it's amazing, bro. I'm grateful though, bro.
You know, it's funny that you mentioned that about, you know, just animals and how they push forward, man. Because you reminded me of a Russian proverb that I learned a few years ago.
Yeah.
It basically says, a shark that doesn't swim drowns. So in other words, you have to keep going like the shark. Because if you stop, you pretty much cease to exist.
I never heard of that before.
Yeah.
A shark that doesn't swim drowns. Interesting.
So if you think about a shark, I mean, it's a predator, right? It's like an apex predator. The whole goal of a shark is, you know, swim, eat, reproduce, whatever. If it stops swimming, it's essentially dead in the water. Like it's not doing what it's supposed to do.
Makes sense. It makes sense.
So we have to, in a sense, think like the shark in that aspect. If we stop doing what we're doing, then, you know, we're not gonna live. We're gonna be existing,
Right.
solely existing.
Right.
I don't want to just exist, man. I don't want to just, you know, work and pay bills until I die. You know what I'm saying? I want to live. I want to enjoy life. I want to go places. I want to do things. I want to see the world.
Big facts. I agree with you 100% on that one.
So, yeah, man.
We got to swim, y'all. Not literally. Because I don't swim like that. Sorry, we're not going to get on that topic. Bruh. In other news.
But yeah, man, you know, speaking of moving forward and swimming, yo, like there's some news that I heard about recently that kind of, you know, hit a little close to home because I can relate to it. Mm-hmm. Not in a major way, though. I'm not going to say I can relate to it in a major way because I'm still standing. Let's put it that way. But I saw some news a few days ago that says Amazon is set to lay off 10,000 employees, which is its largest job cut in history.
Why, Sway?
Well, according to Spiritual Word, Amazon plans to lay off approximately 10,000 people in corporate and technology jobs starting as soon as this week. People with knowledge of the matter said in what would be the largest job cuts in the company's history. The cuts will focus on Amazon's devices organization, including the voice assistant Alexa, as well as its retail division and in human resources, said the people who spoke on condition of anonymity because they were not authorized to speak publicly. So, Lord only knows what's going to happen. And of course, those at the top of the company also kind of only know what's happening. Mm-hmm. But, you know, we'll see what happens. So far, I am not affected. I still have a job, which is cool. You know what I'm saying? I think about, you know, stuff like that all the time. Like I hear, you know, people around me talking about layoffs and stuff like that at other jobs and other companies. And I remember earlier, well, I don't think it was earlier this year, but I think it was like late last year. We talked about the Great Resignation to where so many people were leaving their jobs to pursue other ventures, like starting their own businesses or, you know, starting to create content, launch like, you know, podcasts or YouTube channels or stuff like that, just to do stuff that, you know, pretty much sitting at home during the pandemic made them realize, you know, they're worth much more than whatever their job is paying them. Mm-hmm. So, I'm not going to speak too much on it because again, like I feel like as of right now, I'm safe. I'm good. But I just think about a lot of the people who may not be good or may not know how to bounce back from something like this if, you know, something were to happen to where their job got cut.
I don't know. It makes me, I really don't know. It's interesting. I wonder about the people that, I remember because I used to see a bunch of people protesting about work conditions. I wonder if those people get laid off, would they still be mad that they got laid off? Because he was already complaining about the work conditions.
What did he say?
Sorry, that thought was kind of like not congruent with what is going on. But I
mean, true, but I see where you're going with that. Because, I mean, essentially, we all complain about work conditions. Yeah. We just may not be super vocal about it.
Yeah.
But you got a point.
I mean, I don't know. But, I mean, as far as this, you know, this is something that I preach in general. I think that everyone should have more than one stream of income so that you're not relying on a job to just sustain you, you know, monetarily. I think that you should always have something else going for yourself. I mean, I personally, the reason why I want more than one stream of income is because I like the fact of getting paid every day. I like the fact of knowing that if I want to, I can be like, yo, you need your car detail? All right, boom, I got you. That's a quick $50 right there. Or I can sell a juice, and I know that's a quick $10, $20. Like, I just know there's multiple ways I can make some money if I need to. There's not. If my job decide to say, hey, man, I appreciate you for all you've done, but we're just going to let you go, I'll be like, okay, cool. I know I can still make some money that same day. It's not like, oh, my gosh, my life is over. So for these people that, you know, potentially could be getting these job cuts, man, I hope that it teaches you that, you know, a job will never see your full value. You have to see your full value in yourself first and make a way for yourself because, yeah, clearly they don't care when they're ready to cut. They're ready to cut.
That's true.
10K.
Yeah.
That's a lot of people.
It's an estimated 10,000 people who are supposed to get cut. And supposedly it represents roughly 3% of Amazon's corporate employees and less than 1% of its global workforce of more than 1.5 million, which is primarily composed of hourly workers.
Yeah. And that's why I was just going to say that same thing. You hit it on the head. I guarantee those people who decided to make that decision to make them cuts, all they're looking at are numbers. They're saying, okay, look, this is how much we have in percentage. We're going to cut 1%. And that's all they're looking at is 1%. But they're not thinking, oh, that's 10,000 people, individuals that and families are affected. Some might be thinking that, but the people that are really high up got to make them decisions. Oh, no, they just looking at that number. Okay, y'all, let's make this cut on this number so that this number can improve. That's it.
Pretty much.
That's it, bro.
So there's one thing that sticks in my head and pretty much lives in my head rent free. Like, you know what I'm saying? I think about it all the time, and it's my go-to for situations like this, and just my go-to for what you said about, you believe in everybody should have more than one stream of income. There's a song that I listen to this day. It's by an artist by the name of Corinne Stevie. I don't know if she still does music. I remember, I used to network with her back in MySpace days when I did music, and she sampled Lil Wayne's Milli. So whenever that song came out, that's around the time that she sampled it and made this song. Her version is called A Million Ways. But essentially in the beginning of the song, she said, there's a million ways to get paid. You can hustle or work a 9 to 5 and get overworked like a slave. Right. And then she goes on to talk more about, more ways to get paid. But that line right there stays in my head.
Yeah.
Because it's true. There are a million ways to get paid. So even if, a situation like this were to happen where somebody loses their job, they could always bounce back some way.
Oh, yeah.
Now, I know it's not easy, right? I'm not saying that it's easy to do, but I'm saying that it's possible.
Yeah.
And, it's up to you as to whether or not it's going to be probable for you if that were to happen. Like, I don't wish that it happens to anybody, you know what I'm saying? But for some people, it might just be the push that they need to, like, really wake up and start their own journey.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
So
most definitely, like you said. And I don't believe that anything happens by coincidence. So maybe, if you happen to be one of those people that get laid off, maybe this is an opportunity that – you can go after something that you might have been procrastinating on. Because like you say, B, I think we all have something that we really know we want to do. And sometimes we just afraid or we get the comfort of a paycheck every week that we don't go after that thing.
Right.
So maybe this is a wake-up call for some people. But I do hope that they have some money saved or that Amazon does give them some type of reparations. I don't know if that's the right word.
Like a severance package?
Yeah. Something just to, hey, appreciate you for what you done. But I'm gonna let you go now. Something like that. You got to do something for the people.
Oh, you would hope, right?
Yeah, you would hope. But this is the biggest company in the world, I think, right?
I think after Apple, maybe.
Okay. Dang. I mean,
they're still up there.
Yeah. Oh, you're right. Because I think Apple's dealing with trillions. I don't know if Amazon's dealing with trillions.
I don't think so.
Yeah. I mean, regardless of the matter, they still
got a lot of money. They got way more money than we do combined.
Yeah, we like, oh, they ain't dealing with trillions. Oh, they ain't doing nothing. Like, bro, what?
Trillions is more than I've probably seen in my lifetime.
Yo, what?
Not even probably. Trillions is more than I've seen in a lifetime.
What? Trillion is 100 billions, right? I think. I believe so. Because I think
it's a billion, then 100 billion, and then
it has to be
next is trillion.
It has to be a billion. A trillion equals 100 billions. Because a billion equals 100 millions. Yes.
Okay, so yes, if that's next in line,
it has to be
according to what you just said.
Bruh. I can't even fathom that number. I'm just like, we saying it like, okay, yeah, that's what it is. But B, like, we're not really. Come on now, that would fill this whole room up, and maybe the whole building.
What? It'll fill up the whole building. Maybe it'll fill up the room if it's in nothing but hundreds.
Yeah,
and like completely seal off the air.
Yeah, yeah.
But yeah,
wow.
Yeah, that'll be a lot. That'll be a lot of stacks.
Yeah, you wouldn't even. I don't think you could spend that in a lifetime. I don't think so.
Watch me.
I think, bro, you will kill yourself trying to spend that much, like, cause you're gonna buy something dumb that might hurt you, like eventually, like you'll get so into it. I think that's too much.
I mean, if you think about it,
That's too much, B.
I mean, hear me out. I don't think it was last week or last episode or the episode before. You started talking about a Bugatti. It might have been the last episode. It might have been episode 45. We were talking about Bugattis and stuff like that. Like, Bugattis are $1 million cars.
Yeah.
Now, I remember in one of Drake's songs, he said he spent 4 Ferraris on a brand new Bugatti. Because it's something, I forgot how the line went, but he spent 4 Ferraris on a brand new Bugatti.
I just spent 4 new Ferraris all on a brand new Bugatti and did that ish because it's something to do.
There you go, right?
Yeah.
That's the line right there. So imagine if we spent multiple millions on multiple Bugattis, right? You're blowing through millions there.
Yeah, that's true.
Alone.
Yeah.
Let's say if I wanted to put the whole hood in Bugattis. I'm just saying that's a lot of millions gone.
You right.
But then you still have way more money left.
You right.
I'm sure you could spend it in a lifetime.
You could. I think, okay, it depends not on yourself then. I think to spend that much on yourself, I don't think that's, I ain't gonna say it's not possible. It's definitely possible. But I think you will be like, at some point it's gonna be, what else could you possibly get?
Yeah.
At that point, I think if you're doing it for other people, like if you on some Akon type stuff, making a whole city and trying to give a whole country and stuff like that, electricity, yeah, in that case, you could spend that much money. But on yourself, bro, you'll be messed up. I think at some point, that's too much power, bro. It's just too much for one person.
It is. And like Ye said, no one man should have all that power.
No one man should have all that power, bro. At some point, because I think your ego will get, it's so easy for your ego to get in the way. Because I've come into like small sums of money that like really had like impact me, and quickly my mindset, like, it immediately changed. Like, it was like I was looking through a tube of stuff of what I can afford, and then when I got that money, it was like, whoa, no, we can afford this. And I'm like, what? So it's so easy for that to come about. I know when you get money, but like you said on the last episode, I think money just reveals more of who you are.
Pretty much.
So I think if you're a good-hearted person, you'll be more of that, though.
And definitely, like I've also said before, like if I were to have $1 trillion, just me having that much money or having access to that much money, I would try to split it up as best as I can. Like, how could you even split up $1 trillion? Like, it'll take you a long time to try to figure out. Well, not a long time, but it'll take you some time to try to figure out how to allot that money into different places.
Yeah, you have to.
You got to. But I think that I would definitely go the route of building not only a city but multiple cities. Shoot, if I could, I'd probably buy the whole state of Georgia. Deplete Lake Lanier,
Bring it back, yeah.
Right,
like,
reveal Oscarville underneath and be like, listen, we're going to rebuild it.
Yeah.
I mean, that'll take a lot. And then, of course, it'll deplete Atlanta's water supply, and I'll be looked at as like a villain or something. But
I mean, you'll have enough to like create a new water supply at that point. Think about it. You can create something whole new. Ooh, I'll buy so much land. Oh, my God.
Yeah. Definitely. Like, I would definitely want to bring back, like, I would buy a lot of land to want to bring back a lot of our successful cities.
Yeah.
You know, like, bring back Black Wall Street, bring back Oscarville. Anywhere else where we've seen success or maybe even like make our own like new cities as well.
Oh, yeah, I think you definitely could. And I would invest in the people. Like, instead of like giving people directly money, I would be like, yo, what business do you got? All right, if you can take your business here and operate it here, all y'all got to do is just operate your business, and after that, just pay me a fee for being here, just a small fee. That's it. But you can operate your business. Right. I'm giving you I'll give you everything you need to start or continue on. Just pay me a fee after that. I think that's pretty good.
It is.
Think about it. Create a whole new black infrastructure. We're going to make it happen.
I would love that, man.
I think in some way, shape, or form, like I said, man, I think this platform that we got is bigger than what we think. Hey, brother, I think as long as we can continue to speak it, who knows, somebody that may be listening or just us, I think we calling it to ourselves right now, man. Who knows what can happen, bro?
Because that would be beautiful, yo. Like, for real, we get to the point to where we're that successful and, you know what I'm saying, we've impacted so many people. We've impacted just a ton of people to where we're receiving the blessings from it. And with, any type of monetary blessings that we get from it, not only, we're just going to be like, okay, well, we're kind of set in that aspect of where we don't really have to work, but we're going to definitely be able to impact more people in a different way.
Yeah, man.
Like, I really want to get to the point to where I can build for others, like for us, really. But when I say us, I mean us. If y'all watching, you see what I'm talking about. You know what I'm saying? For everybody in the Black diaspora, I want to be able to build for us. Cities, housing complexes, jobs, just anything that we can think of. Yeah. And not just us. Like maybe we can start it, or maybe what we're saying right now will get somebody else to like have an idea spark in their head. Maybe they'll start it.
You right.
Credit us for it, whatever. But they'll
right.
start it and be like, listen, when we get to that point to where we can join y'all with that, let's put our funds together.
Yep.
And really see this through.
Yep. That's the plan.
And then get more people with more money, to really join in and be like, what these brothers are doing, that is a great idea.
Yep.
I want to see how I can contribute.
I'm telling you, bro, look, man, from working here, I talked to so many people and athletes, entertainers, all that. They got money, bro. They have money and they don't know what to invest in yet. And they're looking for opportunity. And if all we got to do is build something, just build that infrastructure and build that catalog and present it to them, bro. And then we show them, but people are ready to invest, dog. They're ready to give money to a cause, especially for us.
Right.
As long as you present it right, bro. So that's why I know we on to something bigger than what we know. Bigger than what we know, bro.
Oh, just give me the chills. Think about it, man. I can't wait.
Big facts, though.
Speaking of athletes, this is something that we kind of touched on a few episodes ago, but I kind of wanted to give an update because, man.
Yeah.
Miles Bridges. Mm-hmm. So, Mike, you brought it up. I believe it was in episode 43 or 42. We talked about Miles Bridges briefly and the situation that he was going through with DV. And I think it was his girlfriend or his wife.
I want to say girlfriend.
And the mother of his two kids. I'm sorry, they're the same person. The way I said it, it makes it sound like it's two different people.
Yeah.
But, there's been a whole bunch going on with his court date, and from what I've seen, I think at one point he pled like no contest, and then I think I saw something regarding a court date getting pushed back as well, but that's not what I wanted to talk about. Of course, we were not there with what happened with Miles Bridges and the DV situation. I don't condone DV in any way, shape, or form. Like I've told you guys before in this show, I've known somebody who lost her life in a DV situation, and that was like a year and 2 months ago, and it's just crazy thinking about situations like that actually existing and people losing their lives from it. Of course, mostly women, but let's not act like men don't lose their lives in situations like that too. Because 9 times out of 10 in a DV situation, we're mostly thinking that it's a man who's harming a woman.
Yeah.
But, if it's the other way around, nobody really thinks about that, or nobody really thinks anything of it. Like, oh, man, he's a man. He could take care of himself type stuff. But then you just, in certain situations, you never know what's going on behind closed doors, especially because we're not there. And this particular situation really kind of like shed some light on the subject. Like, it made me think that, okay, yeah, sure, Miles Bridges was, brought up on DV charges. However, he might not have been the only toxic person in that relationship. Some new information has come out recently, and according to TMZ Sports, they posted an article not too long ago regarding Miles Bridges' ex attempted to bust in his home with a hose nozzle, and it was actually recorded on video. Now, when I first saw the clip, I didn't know, I didn't read it was a hose nozzle. I saw it on YouTube first before I saw it on TMZ. And, somebody was like, oh, just look at what she's holding in her hand. And what it looks like in the video clip, it looked like it was a blicky. Mm-hmm. So that's what I thought at first. I'm like, whoa, she showed up to his house with the burner,
Right.
but it wasn't. Like it was a hose nozzle, which was weird in itself. Like what? But according to TMZ, let's see, it shows that they said that Miles Bridges' ex did appear to attempt to break into his residence back in October, slamming a hose nozzle against the NBA star's door repeatedly as he tried to hold it closed. The footage was captured on October 12th after Michelle Johnson allegedly brought the couple's 2 kids in an attempt to get inside Bridges' LA rental home to speak with him. Bridges, however, said in court docs this week, this week meaning I think this was last week. TMZ wrote this article last week as of November 10th, 2022 is when they wrote the article. But last week, Bridges said that he wanted no part of contact with her, saying he wasn't allowed to talk to her due to court orders that were given to him after he was charged with felony DV for his alleged role in a June altercation with the woman. So she, I guess, Miles Bridges was ordered not to really have any type of contact with her after the situation, of course, as he shouldn't, especially if he did what she said he did.
Right.
But just for the simple fact that she tried to break into this man's home, like force her way into the man's home, because he was on the other side of the door according to the article. He was trying to close the door, but she tried to force her way into his home. I don't know, something is going on behind the scenes that like none of us really know about because of, like I said before, neither of us were there. TMZ wasn't there. Only Miles and I think her name was Michelle. Only Miles and Michelle know what's going on in their relationship or what went on in their relationship because they're no longer together.
Right.
What do you think about this, man?
It looked like a toxic situation. Honestly, it just don't look like both of them no good for each other. And it's like you say, from one end, it looks like you could be like, oh, it's the man doing all this stuff, he's doing wrong, blah, blah, blah. We got another situation of, somebody doing a DV thing. But on the other end, it's clearly something that is not being shown because for her to show up at his place trying to get in and him trying to keep her out and then him trying to get a restraining order on her, it's like, hey, well, hold on now. Maybe he's not the only problem. Maybe just they're the problem together. And I thought I read something about it said his wife. So I guess they were married, or I don't know what their situation is now, but yeah.
I got you.
So yeah, bro, I don't know, man. It truly just looked like it's some toxic stuff. I've been there before. It's one of those situations where it's like, I think they have kids, so it's hard to just let go.
Yeah, you
can't really just be like, all right, we done. It's one of those things where now it's more difficult. You got money, probably a lot of money involved. I don't, you know what I mean? It's probably a whole bunch of things. So I just wish them the best. I hope they can find some common ground with one another. Clearly I don't want them to put their hands on each other anymore.
Right.
And just handle it like adults and communicate. But sometimes when the damage is done, it's hard to reconcile all that.
Man, oh man. Yeah, because although, again, the TMZ reported this is all alleged. Neither one of us were there.
Yeah.
But I just think that nowadays, man, toxic relationships, they've existed for way longer than today's day and age, right? It's existed way longer than it has for us millennials. And, even I know we talked about this before, but what was the generation that came before us? Was it Gen X? 'Cause I think we're Gen Y.
Oh yeah, it had to be Gen X.
Okay, so if we're Gen Y, then Gen X was before us, right? So toxic situations have been around since them or the generation before them, which was the baby boomers. Unless, okay, I'm all right. I don't remember all the generations. I know we went over this briefly, but I don't remember all the generations that we talked about because it was last year.
I think baby boomers were before us. I think baby
boomers were Gen X.
I don't know, bro. I don't know. I ain't even about to make no guess. I don't know.
You're absolutely right. All right, so let's just say that toxic relationships have existed way before what has been glorified, I think, today. Because I really think that we do glorify toxic relationships, man.
Yeah.
You know, and I don't know if it's just because of like the social media era to where we see people as couple goals and, you know, no matter what it is that they go through, it's like, oh, you know what? They're going to get back together. And we see everything play out. For example, perfect example, actually, Blueface and Krishan Rock. Like, man, I'm so sick and tired of going online and seeing or hearing stuff about them. Every time you turn around, it's a new DV situation with them. Yeah. Both of them fighting each other. And both of them, like, they always getting back together. And they even released a sex tape or whatever, like last month or something like that. They were trending for that. So it's like, why do we glorify this stuff so much? Especially if we see it play out. Like we see Blueface and Krishan fighting all the time. Then we see, you know, them making up the next moment. And then we see them back at it again, letting fists fly. People ended up being like, what? And they're not the only example, but that's the most, I guess, popular example I could think of right now. Like, why is this stuff glorified, yo?
I don't know. I mean, people like drama. I think that's what it boils down to. Yeah, I really don't know. I can't explain that one.
Dang.
Because I don't want that. So
neither do I. You know, again, I tell you all the time, man. You know, you're blessed to be out of the game, but you know, and I'm not speaking this on y'all. Like I don't want y'all going through anything toxic. I don't want y'all being in any situations like this. You know what I'm saying? But y'all seem like y'all are safe from the bull. You feel me?
Still, I mean, I think it's just still work. I don't think a lot of social media shows what it takes to have a good relationship.
Of course not.
They just kind of show the quote unquote honeymoon phase, or when you just start out, and then they show the toxic part. They don't really show what it takes to maintain a good relationship, or what you really should be doing. Or when they do talk about it, it seems like it's like it's like, oh, I'm not doing those type of things, or I don't know. I don't know. I'm not even in that world. But to me, that's just some of the stuff that I've noticed. It's just not, the right things are not being promoted as it should be to have a successful relationship and or marriage.
Right.
Just
it's crazy, man. It is.
Yeah, man. That's what I'm noticing. But hopefully a change could come about, man. Truly.
I sure hope so, man. I definitely, you know, want people to really kind of like get out of that, you know, couples goals phase, because you never really know what's going on behind closed doors. Especially as I'm looking at this picture of Bridges actually trying to close the door on his ex. You never know what's going on behind closed doors, bro. Like, people can be seen as like the best couple in the world, but then, you know, behind the scenes when the cameras aren't rolling, they're going at it and they're at each other's throats. So I hope everything works out.
Yeah,
between Bridges and, you know, Michelle, and you know, we'll see how this plays out. I mean, if there's any other updates, you know, we'll definitely talk about it, because I think this story, although it is kind of weird, and I say it's weird because at the end of the article it says that, you know, Michelle couldn't get into Bridges' home, and so what she did was, like, she stole his dog and just left the property with both of their kids and the dog. So I mean, it's like, okay, well, you couldn't get in the house to talk to me, so you're just gonna steal my dog? I don't know what's going on with people, but hopefully, you know, things work out best for the both of them, whatever that ends up being.
We're gonna pray for them.
For real. They need it.
Facts.
So yeah, just, you know, want to lighten up the mood just a little bit, man, especially since we really haven't talked about this in the last 2 episodes or so. So with that being said, Mike, man, what time of the show is it, brother?
Man, it's that time, man, where we let people know what their answers were from the previous questions of the week, and we get in depth, man, and we start to talk, and we see what y'all be thinking.
Right. And this time, like I said, we have 2 of them.
Both of
them. So the first question that we have answers to is, where or who do you turn to when you need good advice?
Who do I run to? Sorry, it's a great song. Sorry.
Bruh.
I think it's SWV. Escape, one of them. Too.
Whoa.
Is it Escape?
Whoa.
I know it's one of them.
It is Escape.
Okay. I know.
But the fact that you couldn't.
Sorry.
The fact that SWV popped up before Escape in that situation.
They're both. Hey,
they're both amazing artists. I'm not taking that away from you. But the fact that you went straight to SWV instead of the actual artist.
You know why? It's because I was listening to SWV on my way here. That's why. So it's just they're on my mind right now. And ironically, they have a song "You're Always on My Mind." Sorry, just had to throw that in there.
Stop the cap.
I apologize.
Anyway,
Escape.
if you guys are watching this, he didn't mean nothing by it.
No, of course. I love y'all as a group. Y'all are amazing. Let's do an interview.
Especially since y'all live here, might as well.
Hey man, come on, why not? Y'all probably down the street.
Maybe.
For real.
Why you playing?
For real though. Like
I've actually seen Tiny in person before.
Really?
I've never seen any of the other members in person, but I've seen Tiny in person once before, yeah.
See, look at that, man.
While I was waiting in line at a strip club.
Oh, interesting. Interesting. Told y'all he got another life. Like,
hey, listen, we've talked about this before. I've only been once.
That's funny.
And I told you why I went.
That's funny, bro. I understand.
But do you remember your answer? Of course, you could read it too.
Yeah,
okay.
I got it right. Yeah.
So where or who do you go to, or who do you turn to when you need good advice?
For me, I just said, it's kind of like what for me is like I turn to meditation more so. Like when I need good advice, I try to go within and I kind of wait for the answer to come. So I just get real still in my mind and I just let go of everything else. Whatever that one thing is, I kind of ask God, like, yo, reveal the answer to me. And then after that, I just go about my day. And oftentimes when I go about my day, that answer to which I was really looking for that advice for, it comes about through maybe opportunity, a situation. It'll come through a person, maybe talking about something, they'll say something, and that answer always tends to come. And it'll come in the right way. So that's what I do for that good advice.
Like when you had to call 12 at your other job because somebody just popped out of nowhere and told you about it.
Look what I'm saying. Look, hey, he told me too. That was great advice too, actually, because that was very timely. So
now you best friends with the police. I see you.
Hey, 12, man. You know what I'm saying? Look, they come through for. What about you, man?
I said my closest friends.
Why, Sway?
Because sometimes I need a reminder that I am the smartest person in the room. Mm-hmm. You feel me? So like I'll come to you for advice, and if you say something, I'll be like, you know what, Mike, that's a dumb idea.
If I had the bruh, right?
But I got the button.
Stop the cap.
Stop the cap.
Yeah, it's funny.
Nah, like for real, like sometimes you got to look at a situation from a different point of view.
Yeah,
I can only see one point of view, which is mine. Right. No matter how smart I think I am, no matter how, gung-ho I may be about a certain situation, sometimes I'll even talk to you as a married man. I'll come to you for like advice dealing with women and stuff like that because like you knew what to look for, or you knew how to approach your wife before you even made her your wife. You know what I'm saying? And I'm still in the position of where like I'm trying to find her, but then again, at the same time, it's like I'm working on building myself to attract her.
Yes.
And I think the last time you and I had that conversation, you were like, you know what, that's probably the better way to go about it.
Yes, sir.
Because that's what you did in a sense.
Yes, sir.
So
that's real talk.
Certain situations like that, I'll go to other people who I really consider friends. Like,
yes, sir.
And again, I'm not using that term loosely, right? I mean my actual friends. Like I call a few people my friends. Other than, of course, family members, like relatives who I'm close to. Like I can count on one hand how many close friends I have. I would say, if I use my other hand, Mike might be on the other hand. He might not be on the one hand, but
it's all good. It's all good. I'm grateful.
No, I'm just kidding, bro. Like you definitely up there. I come to you for advice. You know it.
Thank you, man.
Yeah, man. Like sometimes you can only see one point of view. You got to go to other people to see other points of views, and you got to weigh your options.
Yes, sir.
And that just, usually works best for me. But we all come to we all turn to different things for advice, or go different places for advice, or talk to different people for advice. But that's just me, my closest friends, man. My real friends.
Great answer, brother. Wait, man, it's time to get into some of the answers that y'all gave us as well. So we always appreciate y'all. So I think first we got Will to Create Entertainment. He said, God and my sister. 100.
Word.
100. Yes, sir. I ain't mad at that one.
Yes, sir. Next up, we got DG Arts. Shout out to DG Arts, man. Our graphic designer. He designed the logos for the show. Both of them. So, shout out to him, man. He's really killing it out there. If you need a graphic designer, hit this brother up. He said, honestly, God and YouTube.
Good talk. YouTube got a lot, and God got more than that.
For real.
For my fellow podcast friend, y'all already know him, the Roll Up. He said,
and before you even give this answer, I want to go back and flash back to this clip to where we actually talked about this question when we came up with this question of the week. I want to flash back to this. So y'all check this out real quick. We don't know. So give us the answer. Let us know where you go to get good advice or who you go to get good advice from.
Yeah. Or what if you're the Roll Up? What do you go to for good advice? What do you go to for good advice?
Oh, Lord. He better answer. Yo, yeah. You better answer this question, bro. Because although we know what you're going to say.
Oh, man.
Still.
You already know, Brody.
Lord. You got a point, though. What do you turn to? So with that being said, we already knew what the roll-up's answer was going to be, and the man did not disappoint. What did he say, Mike?
Mary Jane. He says smoking. But he also did say reading and meditating, putting me in the right space. But he made sure he put that Mary Jane first. I ain't even mad at him.
And we knew that was going to be his go-to.
That's funny, bro.
But he still included it. So shout out to the roll-up.
Shout out to the roll-up, man. And I think those are all the answers for that question. But like B say, though, we got a back-to-back this week.
Back-to-back.
Back-to-back, y'all did. So
I ain't going that far, but okay. What's the second question of the week, Mike?
So the second question is, right now, at this moment, what do you want most?
All right.
Question mark.
And I believe that when I initially asked this question of the week, I gave my answer on the spot. And it hasn't changed. And this was the question that we had. This is the question that we had asked at the end of episode 45. So at the end of the last episode. And my answer, just as a refresher, was pretty much everything that I talked about in that episode about us owning stuff, us building for us, because whatever we have that's not ours, we don't own, we didn't start, we didn't build, people can just take it from us. We see the situation what happened with Kanye.
Yep.
We saw the situation what happened with Kyrie Irving, and as sad as that is, because it's like anybody else can say whatever they want to say about us with no consequences. They don't get checked. They don't get anything taken away from them. Mm-hmm. And if they do, it's a slap on the wrist in comparison to what's been happening with Kyrie and Kanye. But, if we say something that is even post something, because Kyrie didn't even say anything. If we say something or post something that is deemed against what it is that they have going on, and I'm not even going to get too much into detail. Y'all watch episode 45. And if you haven't, go back and check it out because I said everything I needed to say in there. If we go against the grain that they have set, they will take everything away from us gladly and be unapologetic about it. And stuff like that really gets my blood boiling. And I'm not trying to go on a rant right now. So that was my answer.
For sure. I'm going to share mine after we read through some of the other answers we got. So let's get into them. Once again, back to back, Will to Create Entertainment. He said, freedom in all aspects. We live in the land of the free, yet we are slaves.
Still slaves. And that pretty much touches on what I just said. But, I don't want to go on a rant. Next up, from the roll up, he said, I want everybody to work on themselves. 100% of problems we have as a community and as a world is that we are too caught up in keeping up with the Joneses. He also said, I strongly believe if we all tended to our garden, it would be beneficial for everybody.
I feel that.
For real.
And I think that was everybody. So
Yes, sir.
You know,
that just leaves you.
I'm trying to think actually as well.
This guy.
Bruh. At this moment, what do I want most? Oh, man. I think...
An Apple Watch.
Nah, that's definitely not.
Hey, I got you covered, bro, whenever you're ready.
Man. I think for me, what I want most is just to... It's going to sound weird, not to figure it all out, but I just want to understand more of what it is that I'm doing. I feel like I got a lot going on, and it's in a lot of different directions, and I'm just trying to figure out where is it all going and how is it all going to make sense, because I feel like that's the direction that it's going. I just don't know. It's just so spaced out, too, and I'm just trying to get everything to come in together, to work together, because I feel like that's what it can do. So that's what I want most right now at this very moment in time.
So like a sense of direction or a sense of understanding regarding direction.
Yeah, more so. Yeah, it's just like, what do I do with? It's like I feel like I've been given like a lot of skills and talents and opportunity, right? And I'm doing it all, but they're all spaced out, and I want to make sure I want to put it all in one direction, focus, and to where it can just fully grow. So I just think right now everything is spaced out.
Okay.
But yeah, that's gonna come with time.
Yeah, I hear that.
Yeah, man. But man, we're good though. But anyways, I thank y'all, each and every one of y'all, for answering those questions, especially from some of y'all that have answered like multiple questions. We are grateful. We appreciate y'all. It's making y'all think because y'all are showing us. Because I look at some of y'all answers. Clearly, y'all ain't just writing them. Y'all actually reading what the questions are saying, and y'all are actually making it thought provoking, which is what we wanted at the end.
Most definitely, because that's our goal. We just want y'all to think. So we greatly appreciate you for taking the time out to answer the question or the questions of the week if you have answered more than one. So thank you very much.
Yep. So the question for this week is something that just came from the mental memory bank.
Okay.
It is, what is something that you are uniquely good at or rare that you have that you feel is different from somebody else? So what is something about you that you feel maybe is rare or just unique that is different from somebody else that you give? What is that? And there's a reason why I'm asking this question, because some of you may not know, and it might cause you to actually think and to go deep inside because there's something there. So I feel like everyone should have an answer. No one should ever say nothing because there is something there.
That's a long question.
I mean, I'm gonna rephrase it, but it's in the sense of that. Like, what is something unique or something rare about you that is different? Keep it like that.
Okay.
Boom. And y'all better answer that question because I came up with that one myself off the top of the dome, son. Please answer it though. Please don't leave me on red. Don't leave me on scene, y'all. Come on, y'all. Give me an answer, please. Oh Lord. Oh man.
That's a good one, bro. I don't have an answer today. I'll have to think on that one.
That's not how you know it's a good one, y'all. Come on, son.
Do you have an answer?
Yeah, but I'm not gonna share it right now.
Why not?
I do. Cause we're not. Cause I'll go say something, but I feel like I might change it. So I'm gonna just wait till we actually say them. Because I don't know. I can say something quick right now, but let me really think.
That just means you don't have nothing.
Nah, I got some.
Stop the cap.
Stop the cap. Maybe I don't. Nah, I do. Okay, let me wait. Nah, I don't. It's not complete. I feel like I got something, but it's not a complete answer. So we're gonna wait. But if you would love to answer that question, man, you can answer the question at Residual Impact Podcast on IG and TikTok as well, Residual Impact, Twitter if you want to too, at Residual Impact as well, or right here on YouTube. We love to see the answers there too. I don't think we're getting a lot of answers on YouTube, so let's start a different trend, y'all.
And because we've been getting answers on TikTok, but we haven't gotten any on YouTube yet at all.
None. So maybe we're going to switch it up. I think maybe we need to probably start putting the questions of the week in the beginning.
I literally, before you said that, that popped in my head.
Yeah, maybe we should. Maybe that's what it is. So
because I don't think everybody who watches on YouTube watches the entire episode,
To the
and that's
end.
probably why.
I think that's exactly.
Any comments that we get that's never regarding the question of the week.
Never. So let's switch it up. We're gonna start doing that, and maybe we'll start actually posting. Maybe we'll repost some of the answers, so people can hear some of their answers out. Maybe they're not feeling like. Maybe if they know they were getting their answers read, they'll be like, oh shoot, let me actually answer some more. So I don't know. We just thinking on the spot, y'all. This is how
That
we work.
sounds like more work for me.
No, I'm gonna try. It might not be as great, but I always try. I'm gonna try.
Well, let's hope that you keep up with that.
Yeah, for sure. Hey, I tweeted. You saw I made a tweet the other day. I did tweet. I be tweeting y'all. I be tweeting. I told you I'm gonna start. Tweeting, bro. I done made 2 tweets.
Yeah. Listen, hold on. The crazy part about it is our Twitter page. We let me pull this up real quick, just so I know for a fact, right?
Oh man, I tweeted y'all.
All right, so if you go to our Twitter, there are now we made this Twitter up last year, right? So it hasn't been in existence for long, but there are a total of 236 tweets on our Twitter, the podcast Twitter. Out of all 236 tweets,
Yeah, I got 2 of them things.
you put 2.
I got 2 of them things. 2 of them.
That means I tweeted 234 tweets on there. And I have my own Twitter. So I tweet on my own, and I got to tweet on the podcast one.
Hey, man.
You don't have Twitter.
No, I don't.
You can tweet on the podcast one way more than I can.
I just don't be thinking about Twitter.
I
It's
need
just
you to
Twitter is
think
such a.
about it.
It's such a. I just something about Twitter.
But
hey, man, I'm sorry. Hey, I tweeted yesterday. Okay, give me some credit. All right, look, I tweeted yesterday. What more you want from me? All right,
tweet more.
All right, I'm tweeting.
All right, because the followers have gone up, and we didn't acknowledge that at the beginning. Like I
for
acknowledge,
Twitter?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
I acknowledge the Instagram followers. I acknowledge the YouTube subscribers. I acknowledge the TikTok followers. But our following has actually gone up at least 2 or 3 since the last time I checked on Twitter. So for those of y'all who follow us on Twitter, like for real, we appreciate that because like Mike said, he don't even really be tweeting. And when I tweet, I don't really look at anything else. I just tweet certain things that I want to put out. But y'all are messing with us on Twitter for real. Like, and I see the growth. I appreciate that. Keep on following us. If you're on Twitter, shout out to y'all. Follow us. Let's get it popping.
Yes, sir, man. Got anything else you want to get to the people?
Tweet more, Mike.
Tweet more.
Tweet more.
That's he just said tweet more, y'all. That's it.
To you. That's not to the people. That's to you.
Well, then what do you got for the people?
Beware your surroundings. Beware of who you surround yourself with.
Yes, sir. Very well said. Well, hey, man, you already know. We can't leave you without saying where you are today.
Is the residual outcome?
The thoughts you had in the past.
Straight like that.
Nothing else. Thank y'all.
For real.
Appreciate y'all.
Stay blessed.
Residual impact. 100.
We'll catch y'all next time for episode 47. All right?
Yes, sir.
Peace.